Oh man, I am having emotions about being back here. Okay. The court will now reconvene for the trial of Miss Lana Skye after, what, it's been weeks? What the fuck happened? How did this get so delayed? We were supposed to be done after just a few days. We were waiting for Emma, but she didn't come back from the bathroom. Allow me to call the next witness to the stand. The officer in charge of guarding the evidence room on the day of the crime. Oh, it's this fucking asshole. That explains a lot, actually. Witness, please state your name and occupation. Me, partner? Oh, I'm just a man, same as you, wandering the trails of civilization. That makes me really happy, thank you. Thank you, I love the validation. Occasionally helping the elderly cross intersections when needed, yes, we get it. Oh, I know, you're a patrolman. As for my name, if you listen hard enough, you can hear the howling wind calling it out. Actually, I can't. You don't come in pre-installed with your own breeze. You're not part of the Asoki clan. To be exact, his name is Jake Marshall, Your Honor, and he's not anything special. Don't listen to him putting on his posturing. Howling wind? I've never heard Edgeworth described that way before. Now, Mr. Marshall, let me ask you something. You were in charge of guarding the evidence room on the day the crime took place. Is this correct? And please answer in a straightforward manner rather than with some flowery, vague metaphor that does nothing to address the situation at hand. According to the papers, partner. I asked you, not the papers! What does all this mean? A desperado's soul is as boundless as the desert sands. No paper can sum it up. That explained literally nothing. I don't understand anything. Maybe it's best we get on with this quickly. Please share with us your testimony of the day of the crime in plain old English, not alien Texan. Day of the crime. My job was to keep a wary eye on that bone orchard. They said I was supposed to make rounds 3 times a day, but that ain't my style. Besides, the room's protected by 2 security systems anyway. What do we need a third for? If I remember right, I was at a street-side saloon at the time it went down. I'm just an innocent traveling man, so if you're out of ammo, it's time I hit the trail. I can't say I particularly care for your attitude. I can't say I care for your beer, but you don't see me complaining. Well, not all of us are content to wander around shaving ourselves with kitchen knives. Wait a minute. What do you mean by 2 security systems? Partner, you been there. I mean the security cameras and the ID card reader. I reckon even a cowpoke like you knows about those. I'm not a cowpoke. I'm a lawyer. Anyway, what about the fingerprint-activated locks in the evidence lockers? Fingerprint-activated locks? What kind of newfangled doohickeys are those? He's not being very helpful. In fact, one might even say he's being the opposite, unhelpful. He's not that good with machines, or with following orders, or being comprehensible, or belonging to the same planet as the rest of us. Honestly, I'm not sure what he's that good with. Don't ask me. Never ask me for a recommendation letter. Everyone's got their weaknesses now, don't they, Mr. Prosecutor? I don't think I care much for your implications, Mr. Cowboy. Oh, this one seems like trouble. I feel a headache coming on already. Okay, Mr. Wright, he's all yours. I don't want anything to do with this guy. Trust me, neither do I. Oh god, I keep getting jump scared by the new clips. It feels so weird. How exactly did you keep an eye on the evidence room? I just made sure nothing moved in the security camera monitor. That room's so still, even time dies in there. I was just a caretaker who interred the recordings. You interred them? Is there a data morgue? Videos of nothing aren't that useful. When the time would come, I'd erase the tape. And how, you ask? By blowing a hole in it with a pistol. That's my style, baby. If nothing unusual is recorded, tapes are to be erased every 6 hours, usually in a much less dramatic fashion. Each time I'd erase a tape, it felt like I was erasing a part of my life. I mean, I kinda was. I wasted those hours of my life on absolutely fuck all. At least I got a paycheck for it. This guy has a flair for the dramatic, but it isn't gonna do him any good. More to the point, though, it's not gonna do me any good, which is really what I care about. So, in actuality, you don't physically enter the evidence room? Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that. They used the wrong flare. How dare they? But you made your rounds on the day of the crime, right? Ain't you heard a word I said, partner? I told you that ain't my style. I'm afraid I don't understand then. What is your style? No desperado I know lets rules get in his way. No desperados I know join the police force! The place where you're supposed to follow orders! One of the most order-following based establishments on the planet! So, Officer Marshall, on the day of the crime? Just between you and me, I didn't set foot in the evidence room that day. There was a rubber glove stuck in the victim's locker. Do you know anything about that? Sorry, partner. Can't say I do. I haven't been in that crypt in weeks. How does this guy avoid being fired? I don't know, the same way all the other cops do. None of them are very good at their jobs, I'm sorry. You used to be a detective, so you've used the evidence room in the past, correct? Of course. Back in the day, my locker was a gold mine of evidence. And yet, you didn't know about the fingerprint locking mechanism? Sorry, partner. I ain't good with machines. I couldn't even tell you how a bike works. That's quite, lame. That's really lame. Dude, in the modern world, dude, you gotta upgrade or you'll be caught under the tread of a bicycle. Because I'm going to do that to you myself. Because I don't have patience for that. I'm the fuddy-duddiest guy in the world and I know how to work a fucking computer. There's no fucking excuse. You should be ashamed of yourself. If I were you, I'd be embarrassed. The sensors on the locker handles cannot be seen. It's well known that some detectives are unaware of their presence. Some very ignorant detectives who should look forward to their salary reviews. Now that he mentions it, Detective Gumshoe said something like that too. At any rate, it doesn't seem that this is relevant to the crime. Can you tell us what you were doing when the crime took place? What were you doing in a place like that? I was eating spaghetti. Not even Angel steak lunches can beat that parlor's Vongole sepia pasta. Wait, oh, okay. All right, I wasn't expecting that to be your speed. Do you mean to tell us you abandoned your police duties to eat some noodles? Not all desperados eat tacos, partner. The noodles are not what I was objecting to. I hope this has at least taught you a lesson. Yeah, unfortunately, I think that the lesson this has taught him is that clam noodles are delicious. That's strange. This is usually where Edgeworth says, "Did you not want a raise this year?" Out of ammo, Officer Marshall? That's right, partner. Or as you'd call it, evidence. If you plan to pin me to this crime, then you'd better draw. Otherwise, you're just wasting my time. My steel horse is waiting to carry me back west into the sunset. One thing seems clear. Despite being responsible for guarding the evidence room, the witness doesn't appear to have seen anything. Texans don't take orders from anyone. Everyone knows that. Var, confirm, deny? Apparently your superiors don't. Okay, I have a trump card up my sleeve, so I'd best keep my cool. Thankfully, at this part in my career, it's not forged. Before I use it, though, I better up the ante. Alright, I need to fucking remember what fucking evidence I have, okay? I'm saying that, I'm always saying this, he's always been a pokerhead. You can't take that away from me. I firmly believe it. Okay. What do we got here? Oh. Okay. I think we should. Officer Marshall, doesn't it strike you as odd? That is, you being called in to testify like this? Yeah, as a matter of fact, it does. It does kind of make me want to shoot you and make a rapid getaway. I can't lie about that. Yeah, that's probably a solid instinct. After all, you were in the security room at the time of the crime. And yet you dragged me down here. Explain yourself, partner. Okay, it's quite simple. You left a very large trail behind at the scene. Or, to be exact, a handprint. Listen real good, partner. Like I said, I'm the caretaker of that crypt. I pay my respects, that is, make my rounds about once a month. It's only natural my fingerprints would be in there. I only wish it were, officer. But you see, your fingerprints were covered in blood! Witness, what's the meaning of this? Your blood-stained fingerprints were at the crime scene? The blood was wiped away. However, a luminol test clearly revealed this. Well, Officer Marshall? It seems to me there ain't a person in this room with a head on his shoulders. Except for me, of course. I'm the smartest guy ever. I take it you have an explanation then, Officer Marshall. About the blood-stained fingerprints? Very well. You may begin your testimony about your fingerprints, found at the scene of the crime. Blood-stained fingerprints. Well, you see, it was just a great big old accident. You see this big knife that I always have in my face constantly, every time that I'm talking. Well, you see, I just so happened to give myself a big old cut and I bled all over my hands, and it was a big mess. It was a downright crime scene. That's my explanation. Reckless, absolute lack of knife safety. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Like I said, it's only natural for my fingerprints to be in that evidence room. One of them just happened to be at the same place as the bloodstained handprint. That's... That's dumb as fuck! That's fucking stupid! Be so fucking for real! Dude, that's not how fingerprints work! Okay, fine. Okay, fine. I think the story I came up with was a better excuse. The murderer touched the locker where my fingerprint was by chance. The bloodstain and the fingerprint are completely unrelated. Or didn't you know the murderer was wearing gloves? See? I had nothing to do with it. The witness's explanation appears sus, but I'm going to accept it anyway because I don't have two thoughts to rub together inside this gigantic noggin of mine. There is a little room for doubt, but not much. Life wouldn't be fun without any doubt, partner. This isn't a fucking joyride, this is a murder trial, so I'm not really interested in having fun. The defense may now cross-examine the witness, and please teach him a lesson or two. This guy's hiding something. I can feel it in the way his testimony doesn't make any sense. Now's my chance to prove it. Oh, man. That's because you, how did you put it, pay your respects once a month? Yeah, that's right. That and one more thing. That locker happens to be mine. What? What do you mean? I mean what I said. Is it that revolutionary that a locker can belong to me in the police station, me, a police officer? Does that not make sense? That's the locker I used when I was a detective. The locker I still use. All that's in there now, though, is a heap of broken dreams. I see. Maybe you should take those out of there and store them somewhere else. I'm not really sure that's appropriate for the evidence room. It'd be strange if my prints weren't all over that locker. Apparently, his fingerprint data was never removed from that locker's programming. He must have been using the fingerprint lock all this time without ever knowing it. Marshall's fingerprints updated in the court record. Objection! That's not how anything works! So then, what about the bloody handprint? Wasn't mine. It's no mystery. Please explain! It actually is quite the mystery to me! My locker is covered with my fingerprints. It just so happened. The chances of that happening are 1,000,000 to 1! On the contrary, one could argue just the opposite. The chances of that not happening are 1,000,000 to 1. Get one thing straight, partner. You ain't gonna get no reward from me with a mere fingerprint. You wanna know why? Unrelated? They're as different as night and day. Kinda like cereal and cereal. One's got to do with breakfast, while the other is a type of murderer. Well, there's no arguing that one, folks. I don't see what homonyms have to do with fingerprints. How do you know that? I may be a loner, but I still do my job. Mostly. When I feel like it. Because remember, Texans don't take orders, but, you know, I do what I decide my job is at any rate. I keep up on the reports. There was a bloodstain at the scene thought to be left by the murderer. That's right. It was found on Detective Gumshoe's locker. However, no fingerprints were detected on that handprint. Oh, yeah. I think we tried that, too. So that would mean the murderer, wearing gloves, happened to place their hand on top of Officer Marshall's fingerprint. I mean, we've had fucking dough as a murder weapon, so, you know, fucking whatever. Anything fucking goes. Lawless land that we live in. That's the only logical conclusion. Are you starting to get the picture, partner? The picture? This seal of blood in the desert, it's just food for the buzzards. You guys keep buzzards in the evidence room? There's only one reality, and that's this. The security tape. So long as my trail isn't in there, you can't say otherwise. This isn't getting us anywhere, Mr. Wright. Please consider carefully where you're going with this cross-examination. And then Phoenix Wright saves his game because he's pissing himself. Yes, Your Honor. Now then, continue your testimony, Officer Marshall. What do you mean by that? You want to tie me to this crime, isn't that right, partner? If so, that video is the only direct evidence you have. But that video is next to useless! It's full of blind spots! Blind spots? Places you can't see! The camera's panning back and forth, the floor isn't shown. If someone was familiar with the camera's position, they could leave the room without being caught on tape. We don't have time for your speculations, Mr. Wright! Well, Mr. Wright, if you can show us evidence in this video that indicates Officer Marshall was present, please do so now. Oh, shit. I feel like there's gotta be. Ah, the problem is, having to look at the... Oh, hold on one second. Oh, thank God it doesn't play the fucking music, okay. Still want to kill this fucking little bit of cardboard, though. I've never hated an inanimate object so much. Ah, yeah, that makes sense. Very well. Allow me to point out your mistake, Officer Marshall. Tread carefully, Mr. Wright, or you might wind up being the one making the mistake, as per usual. Now then, let's unfortunately have another look at the video. Show us this incriminating evidence of the witness, Officer Jake Marshall, and please don't take too long about it. Oh, motherfucking... Oh, God. I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you! They're gonna find me guilty of murder in a second! Wow, someone has a death wish today. Okay, well that doesn't justify inflicting your misery on me. What kind of sick, twisted bastard are you? You have one chance to stop. You have only one chance. I'm gonna get you! I'm gonna fucking get you!
I've been assaulted.
I think we all can agree this was justified. Y'all will back me up in court, right? It's okay. The defense and the prosecution will be on my side.
You great motherfucker.
This is why you don't mess with me.